His development we're seeing? She is evil even as a child. Did the mother kill him? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2, Episode 7. Now, the last episode was absolutely amazing. I'm still not over just how good it was. Everything from how they messed with the tone, and like they still had the comedy, but it still had like that really tragic element to it. And of course, they introduced an incredible new character, Toph, and I just cannot wait to get more scenes with her and just to see how she's going to gel with the group. It's like Aang has actually found his earthbending master only in like episode 6 of this season, so I'm so happy that this happened early. And now, I mean, who better to teach him that than someone who can actually see through the earth? I think that's such a cool way to do it. And like, I just love the art style of how they chose to sort of show how she sees things and like showing the vibration. Absolutely love how they did that, and I want more of that now. But yeah, it's also been a while since we've seen Zuko and Iroh, and I need to know what's going on there, because last we saw he like left Iroh after Iroh tried to tell him that even if he found the Avatar, it probably wouldn't help his whole father relationship. So I need to know whether or not that meant, like Zuko leaving Iroh meant he thought Iroh was going to slow him down, so we just need to get rid of him so that he can still go after the Avatar, or if he's just trying to find himself now. And I need to know if there's any like road of improvement that he's currently going on, because he's just so self-destructive, and we're just going to see him suffer constantly, and I want to know if that's ever going to end. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. Okay, so Zuko, yes, please, what are you up to? What are you doing? That looked wobbly. How long have you been using that thing? Yeah, I'm gonna say that bridge doesn't look great. Is the horse thing okay? You've been traveling a while. Oh dear. You haven't been eating. Still. Okay, she's pregnant. Is that gonna change your mind at all? It is! Honor! Great! So you do have some. Come on, you have honor. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's the plan? What is with this? Is like in the Earth Kingdom. They had it in the first episode. Those weird ring things. What is that? What is it? You're falling asleep. Huh? Who's that? Okay, mystery woman. At a village. Like, what are you doing? What's the plan? Are you just wandering around? Are you going after the Avatar, or just doing whatever? Yeah. Yeah, that great. This does not look friendly.
Not enough here for a hot meal. I can get you 2 bags of feed.
At least that. What's this? At least that means they probably won't try and rob him because they know he has nothing. Oh, great, stupid children.
You throwing eggs at us, stranger?
He hasn't got enough money for eggs.
See who did throw it?
Just say they went.
No.
No.
That's your favorite word?
No. Egg had to come from somewhere.
It wasn't him.
Chicken flew over.
Thanks for your contribution. The army appreciates.
Come on, you can hurt them.
Penalty for staying's a lot steeper than you can afford, stranger.
Penalty for staying.
They're supposed to protect us from the Fire Nation, but they're just a bunch of thugs.
Okay, so great. You got corrupt Earth Nation wars. I like that we're going back into this. We're seeing like.
Thanks for not ratting me out.
Bad kid. I like that we're seeing more of the grey stuff here, because not all the Earth Nation are good, not all the Fire Nation are bad at Iroh. So we're getting to see some more bad Earth Nation people, so that's cool. It's human. These animals are so weird, but I love that. They're like pig, sheep, cows. And a pig chicken.
This guy just stood up to the soldiers. By the end, he practically had them running away.
No, okay, just
This guy have a name?
lie. Are they so he can stay there?
Anyone who can hold his own against those bully soldiers is welcome here.
Would you call out him holding his own? He may just talk. He didn't really do much.
Supper's going to be ready soon. Would you like to stay?
Okay, so
I
you're
can't.
legit.
I should be moving on.
Okay, so you're not going to stay with the enemy. Okay.
Gonsu could use some help on the barn. Why don't you two work for a while, and then we'll eat.
And food, great. So this is cool because we got a little bit of him looking at like what the Fire Nation did to that one girl and seeing the scar. So he's getting more exposure to the rest of the world.
Where are you going?
Lee, give it a rest. Stop asking the man personal questions.
Okay, like you. You're a bit pushy.
So how'd you get that scar?
Ah, whoa, great the thumb.
Nice to bother people about things they might not want to talk about. A man's past is his business.
You're a great father, good. Yes, using both hands on the hammer now. Don't whack your thumb again. Ah, turtle duck! I love the animal designs.
Mom, want to see how Azula feeds turtle ducks?
Oh, it's your mom! Ah, what the?
Why would you do that?
The poor little thing! Yes, bite him. Wait, so Azula does that to the ducks? Oh,
Stupid turtle duck.
you threw the rock at them! Or whatever it was.
If you mess with their babies, they're gonna bite you back.
I love seeing him happy. And his mum's like, nice. This is so weird. Oh, is that, Ty Lee?
Azula?
Oh, it's all three of them. So they were like childhood friends. Oh, wait.
Can you make Zuko play with us?
I am not cartwheeling.
Won't have to. Cartwheeling's not a game. Dum-dum.
What are you doing? I don't... so we're seeing young Azula. What's this like?
It's important for us to spend time together. Don't you think so, Mom?
Is she already being manipulative?
And I think it's a good idea to play with your sister.
So she saw that May like blushed looking at Zuko.
The apple off the other person's head. Like this.
Oh no. Oh. Oh, great. So what was the point in that? That feels quite mean. Was Azula just always like that?
You're soaking wet.
Girls are crazy.
Oh, it's nice to see like a tamer version of Azula.
I hope you all may see it someday.
Oh, there's him in the general wall.
We don't burn it to the ground first.
What changed with you? Burning it to the ground?
A pearl dagger from the general who surrendered when we broke through the outer wall.
Cool.
And for Azula, a new friend. She wears the latest fashion.
If Uncle doesn't make it back from war, then Dad would be next in line to be Fire Lord, wouldn't he?
What is wrong with you?
It would be awful if Uncle Iroh didn't return.
Yeah.
Fire Lord Azulon is a picture of health.
Azulon. So they're not even Fire Lord yet.
I still think our dad would make a much better Fire Lord than his royal tea-loving kookiness.
Oh. So her fire isn't blue there, it's red. And when she shot the apple, it was red too. So there's so much stuff that we can see now. It's cool. There's so much just to unpick from that alone. What are you doing? Why are you what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you taking his sword? Okay, you're awake. Good. Go get your sword back.
Ha!
Oh, are you being dumb? You're being so dumb. Stop playing with swords. He's gonna stab himself. You're gonna either stab yourself or you're gonna break Zuko's swords. Not angry?
Don't think of them as separate, because they're not. They're just two different parts of the same whole.
Okay. Wait, you're gonna teach him? This feels still dumb. It's still very dumb.
I think you'd really like my brother Sensu. He used to show me stuff like this all the time.
Oh, so he's like almost taking the brother role.
Here. This ought to get you through a few meals.
Oh, whoa. What's that? What now? Oh, great. How's this gonna go? So is he gonna attach? Is he gonna defend them? Is that is development we're seeing? He stole from the last people he met. Is he actually gonna defend these ones?
Your son's battalion got captured.
Why did you say that with such joy?
Dressed them up in Fire Nation uniforms and put them on the front line unarmed, way I heard it.
That sounds awful! Okay, Zuko's developing. He's defending people. This is good. This is a good thing for him to do.
Why bother rooting around in the mud with these pigs?
They're just gonna leave? Okay. Okay, back to the flashback. I want to see more of this. Tears?
Iroh has lost his son.
Oh, wait, this is when that happened? Oh.
What's gonna happen to my...
Oh, okay. Okay, a lot of sadness going on. This is an amazing episode already, seeing so much from Zuko and seeing the past. I love his flashback scenes.
I want you to have this. Read the inscription.
Oh.
Made in Earth Kingdom.
The other one.
That's so sweet. He's like, that's his gift from his uncle. Okay, that is quite cool.
You You waste all your time playing with knives. You're not even good.
So even then he was playing with swords and like metal and knife.
Uncle's coming home. It means Uncle's a quitter and a loser.
She's evil even as a child.
A real general would stay and burn Ba Sing Se to the ground, not lose the battle and come home crying.
Is there actually something like wrong with her? Like, is it like a mental illness or something? Or is it just being completely psychopathic? Is there any healing chance, or is she just pure evil?
Fire Lord Azulon. Can't you just call him grandfather? He's not exactly the powerful Fire Lord he used to be.
I'm surprised that she's always been like this.
What is wrong with that child?
Yeah! Was she like born evil, or was there something that made her this way?
Great-grandfather won because...
Because even though his army was outnumbered,
Okay.
their defenses burned to a crisp in minutes.
And you're smiling while doing this. Maybe is it just because she's being raised by her father, but then Zuko isn't like that. Yeah, still orange flames, and you're smiling that she's doing great. So yeah, is it just because she's so close to Ozai? This probably says a lot about Ozai in general then, because we still haven't fully met him. There's only flashbacks, and now we're learning that.
True prodigy.
Okay, we're getting those lines.
Grandfather for whom she's named.
You'll never catch up.
Oh, she's just the worst. But yeah, that Ozai's done that to her then. It doesn't. Oh no. I love that the mother was about to get up and help him. No, he's got back up. No, oh no. Stop the smirk.
I loved watching you. That's who you are, Zuko.
Oh!
Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
This is beautiful. How come we've heard nothing about the mother so far? This is an amazing relationship.
Tell me what you want. Everyone else go.
What are you...
What?
My brother abandoned the siege at Ba Sing Se.
What are you doing?
But I am here, father, and my children are alive.
You weren't even a general. You didn't even go to fight. And
Revoke Iroh's birthright. I am your humble servant.
as soon as you went behind, I was back.
Dare suggest I betray Iroh
Oh.
directly after the
Oh!
demise of him.
The flames are growing.
I think Iroh has suffered enough.
Oh!
Your punishment has scarcely begun.
Okay, I love seeing the fire glow. Right. Okay, so this whole family dynamic is so odd now. So his father wasn't even that bad and had compassion for Iroh.
Dad's going to kill you.
What?
Grandfather said Dad's punishment should fit his crime.
What?
You must know the pain of losing a firstborn son
If that's
by sacrificing your own.
Okay, never mind then. If that's true, the grandfather's awful then.
Maybe you could find a nice Earth Kingdom family to adopt you.
Stop it! You're lying.
She just finds joy in torment.
I would never do what to you? What is going on here?
Oh, you don't know?
It's time for a talk.
Okay, wait, if this is actually happening, please get to the bottom of it quickly.
Azula always lies.
Azula always lies.
Okay. So that obviously gets resolved. Or Azula, Zuko, and Ozai are around.
Or just
Only
to
one we
keep the
haven't heard
food,
from
Lee
is
pulls a
the
knife
mum.
on them.
Does that mean something's gonna happen to her?
I don't even know where he got a knife.
What?
They told me if he's old enough to fight, he's old enough to join the army.
What? How can that even work? He's a child. When they show up with him to enlist him to the army, that's not gonna work. Gonna go help and get the son back? You gave him the knife that got him in trouble.
Hey, there he is. I told you he'd come.
You're tied to a post? What is the plan here? I don't feel like these guys thought that through that well. When you're trying to enlist a kid, that can't obviously work. When they get sent to the front lines, people are going to notice and probably protect them, because not everyone is as evil as these lot.
Who do you think you are?
You don't want to know.
Doesn't matter who I am. You're not soldiers. You're bullies.
Yeah.
You're sick cowards messing with a family who's already lost one son to the war.
Lost. Oh, so he is fully lost to the war. Great.
Strangers stand there and insult you like this?
Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, you barely did anything. That's so cool. And you won. Good. I'm going to see a really cool fight scene, please. So you... Oh, whoa, you just drove his head into the ground? You're not even using firebending. You're barely using your sword fighting either. You just kicked it! Just you two? Okay. And the swords are out. Oh, wait! Was that... I can't tell. Is that earthbending or was that just using the hammers? No, that's earthbending. Okay, so earthbender... Oh, no. You're gonna have to firebend. I can't imagine that going well. Ow! You keep getting hit by the last one. It is almost mirroring that whole thing from the flashback where he would be able to do some of the form, but then it would fail. I wonder there's a relation there. He just keeps coming at him. You're doing well. I'm actually rooting for Zuko. Come on. Oh, you're gonna have to firebend. No, you cut. Oh! You whacked your head. What's this?
I've done to protect you.
What is this?
No matter how things may seem to change.
This what? Change?
Never forget who you are.
This feels like a goodbye. What are you doing? That's from the first flashback we saw. She just walking away, hood up. Did she leave? Like, what happens there? Did she just leave and, like, what else happened there? Oh, fire bending. Yeah, this ain't. That does not look good. That doesn't look good at all. No. Oh, wow, okay. Even though this isn't good, this is awesome seeing him, like, use the swords and firebending at the same time.
Who are you?
Don't answer.
My name is Zuko,
Ugh.
son of Ursa and Fire Lord Ozai,
Yeah.
prince of the Fire Nation and heir to the throne.
Do you, like, remember where you are?
I heard of you. You're not a prince, you're an outcast.
Yeah.
His own father burned and disowned him.
So don't tie him with the Fire Nation. Be on good terms. You took the knife back.
Not a step closer.
Seriously? He just saved him!
You should have it.
No, I hate you.
Great. I mean, I get it. They're just a son to this whole thing, but still, that's not gonna help Zuko in the slightest. Seeing him do good and then be rewarded with negativity. Dude, steal the knife.
No one knows. Oh, and last night,
So she just-
Grandpa passed away.
Oh!
Funny, Azula. You're sick.
Yeah.
And I want my knife back. Now.
Wait, so did the...
Who's going to make me? Mom?
Oh, this is awful. So he's just... Oh, no. So now it's just him stuck with a Fire Lord and Azula. And she's gone. Is she gone? Okay, so she's just... Okay, so not dead. She abandoned the family, though. That's depressing.
Conqueror of the Yusin province.
So, okay, so getting bits of details on this old guy.
Grandfather of Lu Ten, now passed.
So they just said he was in good health. What, did the mother kill him?
We lay you to rest.
Did they explain how he died?
Dying wish. You are now succeeded by your second son.
Oh, yeah, okay, there was definitely a murder. He was fully against that.
Hail Fire Lord Ozai!
And so that's how he became Fire Lord, through evilness and the disappearance of his wife. It sets you up amazingly well. I can't wait till we actually meet him, because they're doing such a good job of making him seem just like this evil villain. He's the thing that created Azula, who's already a nightmare. This is a nice shot. Leaving. Oh, why'd it have to end? Okay, that episode was beautiful. Okay, I absolutely love that episode. It's so, like, nice to see how they change, like, the tone of these things. Because the last episode we saw with Toph, absolutely amazing. It felt fun, yet it played with tragedy, and it just made your heart ache for Toph and the position she was in. But also, it felt amazing seeing the things she's capable of. Here, it felt so much more somber. You got the whole more of Zuko's past, which is fitting for his character. He is just a kind of a sad character. He's a victim villain. And now just seeing even more on that. So honestly, just seeing him hurts. Like, we now know, because the first time we actually saw him smile was in the past, which was when he was invited to the war meeting and then got the whole scarred eye. So we've got that bit of his past. Now they just added this whole lot more, which has made me so, like, sympathetic to him, I guess. He's definitely not evil. Seeing him with his mum, that's honestly a beautiful relationship, and it's so clear that absence of that relationship growing up is what caused him to become who he is, and just being around Azula and Ozai for the rest of his life is what's made him this way. But how much time was there between his mother leaving and his banishment? Like, how much time did he have to spend with Azula and Azula and Ozai basically being on the same team against him? Because that's the way I'm viewing it now. It was clear that Ozai and Azula are on their one side, and you have the mum, what was his name? Ursa? Is that the name? Ursa and Zuko on their own side as well. So now the mother is gone and Zuko is left on his own. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they hinted at but couldn't outright say. So the mum left, and Zuko was going to be killed. I don't know how true that was, because it's Azula, and I don't know if she was just saying that to mess with him, or like, it seems like there's a lot of mystery still there that wasn't fully explained. So we know the granddad died. We know that, like, Ursa's disappeared, and Azula was taunting Zuko. So from that, I'm understanding it as, like, maybe what Azula said was true, that the grandfather did want Ozai to kill his son, and then what happened after that then? So after that, obviously the mum found out. She wouldn't be happy about it. And then did she kill the granddad to save her son? If that is true, that's kind of amazing on her part. But like, that also led to... But wait, no, because then how would Ozai become Fire Lord? There's so much, like, there's left out there. And I want to know, like, what the details are going on there. I like how hidden it all is, but I need to know, like, what are the details there? Yeah, looking at the present day, that's quite good that we're seeing Zuko sort of get... I wouldn't say better in a sense. We still don't know whether or not he's trying to find himself. We'll still look for the Avatar. This could have been a pit stop onto any of those roads. So he met a family. He was nice. He didn't steal from a pregnant woman. Very good of him. I mean, it's like the bare minimum, but for Zuko, it's good. But he even defended this like little family, which is great. He bonded with a kid, and he saved them from corrupt people. So that was good. But then he did this good thing only to be rewarded with negativity. That ain't great. So the Fire Nation do consider him a traitor, but the people of the village understand him as just a banished prince that the Fire Lord didn't want. So has the traitor thing circled round enough yet? Because I'd assume if everyone knew Zuko was a traitor, they would be more inclined to think better of him. But clearly that wasn't the case here. It just feels like this was it was a good, almost redemptive opportunity, or at least a chance to get on a redemptive road. But now that he's been good and he's put the effort in to be good, and he's just been rewarded with people still thinking awfully of him. Either he'll realize that it's still going to take a lot of work, or he'll give up and he'll like fall backwards, thinking that there is no hope in changing how people view him. But is that something he's wanting? Does he want people to view him differently? We still don't know what he's after. But yeah, we also didn't get like anything on the main group, and I kind of like that. We got a whole episode focused to Zuko and Zuko only. I think that's amazing. They made a great episode. It wasn't even about the Avatar. Okay, so that's two incredible episodes back to back. And like you guys have said that it's only going to get better from here. And now I cannot wait. If this is the quality going forward, I'm just going to be so happy with this show. Like, just the tone they got from it and just focusing on Zuko alone. That was awesome that they actually, I guess, had the courage to do that. For a show that's called Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's about Aang. So it's awesome that they're actually giving an entire episode that Aang wasn't even in or mentioned, and it was solely about Zuko. And like, technically he isn't the main villain. I'd assume the main villain is the Fire Lord. He's the big thing that everything's building up to. But Zuko is Aang's he's his antagonist, not villain. It's a weird relationship. They're mirroring each other. You have the father thing with Aang and Zuko. There's a lot of stuff that they relate to, and I'm so happy that he's almost had his own focus here. The stuff with the mum just seems so interesting. It's so nice to know that he didn't only have Iroh, who was the good figure in his life. He also had his mum, he had an amazing relationship with, and just seeing how kind she was. It's definitely not what I was expecting from his like family life. You have Azula, who's just a nightmare, Ozai, who's like the big bad of everything, and you have this like sweet, kind mother figure in it all. It's just so... It's weird to think about, considering the family just seems awful. Yeah, it's abundantly clear that her absence is what led Zuko down the path he is now on, and that he becomes resentful. Because I'm assuming he's probably resentful because she left. If I don't understand the reason for the whole leaving thing, I doubt Zuko does either, because he sees a whole lot less of it. So there's got to be some resentment there for why on earth she left the family and left him to be with Iroh? Fire Lord's name is Ozai. There's Iroh and Ozai. I'm going to get so confused with that. So Ozai, he was left with Ozai and Azula, which can't have been nice, but at least he had Iroh. So there is some light there. But still, there's got to be some resentment for his mum for leaving. And then the details surrounding the grandfather's death, Ozai's ascension to the throne, that seems so mysterious and so weird. So I'm trying to piece together the little things in my head. So you had the grandfather ordering Ozai to kill Zuko. Mum obviously found out, didn't like it. Then what did she do? Then we don't know what happened after. We just know the granddad died, and then Ozai became Fire Lord. What happened there? So there must have been some talk between the mum and Ozai. Because yeah, would Ozai been on board with killing his son, like his firstborn? What would that be about? I mean, it's clear that he has no like attachment to the firstborn child, because of course Iroh was the firstborn child to the grandfather, and he was just like, yeah, out with that. Let me be Fire Lord. So he doesn't care about that whole dynamic. And of course, you saw. He was smiling while watching Azula perform her forms in front of the grandfather. Didn't so much care for Zuko's. So there's clearly an apathy there, even before the whole thing where he was invited to the war meeting. So I don't know whether or not he would actually go and kill his own son. That might have just been Azula lying, but then why would the grandfather die then? There was definitely something there. Mother didn't like it, and they must have talked. And from that, the grandfather died and she left. It's almost like her leaving is almost a replacement for Zuko's death. And it's like the father, Ozai, also lost something he loved. I'm assuming he did love his wife. She seems very different to him in how he's raising Azula. So he must have loved her. So he still lost something in that process. Maybe that was the price for him becoming Fire Lord, and then maybe he killed his father. I don't know. It still seems very weird. Then, of course, we got more detail on Iroh, who wasn't even in this episode, which is sad. But we got to see... Oh, no, he was in this episode. He was in the flashback, and we got to see him actually as the general, which is kind of terrifying, and he was laughing. And it's quite cool to see how much it affected him. I do love that we got to see him before his son died, and seeing... Because now we can understand how much that changed him. Seeing that he was laughing about turning that city to ash. And just Iroh now is a completely different man. I'm hoping that we do get a flashback where we get to see that his son and that relationship, because it's obviously such an important thing to Iroh. Iroh is important to Zuko, and of course Zuko is important to the story. So I'd love to see, I would love to see that relationship get explored, because it's something so important. It's something that shaped Iroh, who then shaped Zuko. Yeah, so now, because we did know that Iroh did lose a son, but now we know where it happens, that it was at Ba Sing Se, and it actually caused him to give up the fight and go back. That would have changed his whole perspective entirely. Yeah, this whole episode was filled with people like losing their sons then. So you had Ozai, who willingly lost his son and was asked to actually kill his son. You had Iroh, who lost his son, and then you had this family who had their son captured, who I would presume dead. Do we ever find out if he lives or not? I don't know. Hopefully he lives, but the way the corrupt people were talking about it didn't seem hopeful. Even Zuko said that they lost a son, so that doesn't seem great. That's like a cool thing they kept throughout the episode. And then, of course, you have Zuko growing, and I guess being slightly more good. I mean, we know he has his whole honor code, and he has that honor system, and it's nice to see that applied to the pregnant woman, where he didn't steal food from them, he went hungry instead of stealing food from a pregnant person. So that was great. Like, it's also really cool to see him. So there's the second, like, people he's interacted with outside the Fire Nation who he's sort of gotten along with. First, it was the girl who had the scars all over her legs, and he stole from them, which wasn't great. Here, he's met them, and they haven't been affected by the Fire Nation that one, and they've been affected by it after the son died. That was the big bit. But he still sort of helped mend their barn or whatever it was. So that's still an improvement. It's better. But is he improving because Iroh is gone, which would be a sad thing to think about? But like, I would need to know why he suddenly decided to be better. Is it him finding himself? Yeah, I think it's just quite disappointing how the village reacted to finding out he's the Fire Nation and Prince Zuko. Because it's rewarding his behavior with negativity, which cannot be good for him. I'm hoping he doesn't slide back into his past behavior. I'm hoping that he still moves forward and still sort of is on this better path and doesn't go back on the bad one, because he's in between places right now. It feels like he's on two very close paths. One is leading to evilness and one is leading to maybe redemption, which I hope he stays on the redemption path, because he's a victim villain. And those are such interesting characters to go with, because you can either redeem them or you can make a tragedy out of them and have them sort of be conflicted but yet die in the end, or have them fall, or have them just be destroyed in some capacity. So it's very conflicting, and it's so cool just seeing how they're sort of dancing with the line here. He's on the right path, but he's not being encouraged to go down it. Also really liked seeing the fighting style there, because we didn't get a whole lot of bending, but what we did see was amazing. So first off, Zuko fought the guards, where it was just he used the sword to jab one guy, but he didn't actually jab him. He jabbed him with the hilt, which was awesome. And it was a very minimal effort, which was great to see, because it builds up the main fight. It makes the opponent think he's not actually being able to judge what Zuko can do. He's doing the bare minimum, which is awesome. And then when he actually started to firebend, that scene was so incredible. He made the flames he made fire swords, basically, and that's just so cool. We saw so much firebending here. We saw how the fire reacted to the grandfather being angry. So I love how powerful that seemed, that the fire all around him was responding to his emotion. It makes me wonder what Ozai is going to be like when we actually see him. What kind of power he's going to have if we're already seeing the grandfather is this powerful. And then we had Azula with her firebending, and I'm quite interested now, because she had blue firebending, and that basically means it's hotter than regular fire. So it means is it a birth thing? Because she's the only one we've seen, but we've also seen her with red fire. So does that mean it's possible for someone to gain blue fire? Like, what did she do to go from red to blue? Yeah, speaking of Azula, it was quite good seeing her as a child. I mean, it does add more to her, because all we've seen from her is just her being psychopathic and just crazy and just evil, and just seeing how she is with May and Ty Lee. So I was kind of hoping that if we did see her in the past, that she could be nicer. Because we saw Zuko, we saw him in the present, and we saw him in the past. It was a stark difference. Now we're getting to see the other sibling, and they are exactly the same. Maybe in a more toned down, childlike version of themselves, where they're not capable of doing such evil, but the evil is still there. She was still taunting Zuko about him possibly being killed. She was talking about Iroh and his son and just calling him weak. So there's clearly just a bunch of evil there, and I've got to wonder how that actually came to be. So if she's still evil at this point, where did it begin? Because I've got to assume that she wasn't evil from birth. That can't be like the actual thing. It's got to be how Ozai like raised her. But then again, why didn't Zuko end up like that? Why was it the mum who made Zuko? Yeah, also it was the mum who made Zuko kinder. But then how come that didn't have the same effect on Azula? And lastly, I just think overall this episode was absolutely amazing. I think I loved everything about it. They gave you so much information in such a short runtime, which I think is absolutely incredible. They made such a good tone. It felt artistic. The way the sunset, the ending shot where he's walking towards the sunset. Amazing. I'm just loving how much sort of visual art they can put into this, how much tone they can play with, and just how much information they're able to give you so effectively. That nothing was wasted, everything was purposeful, it was beautiful. But yeah, with that said, that does bring us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one for Season 2, Episode 8. See ya!